Hello guys and welcome back to The Dwarves by Marcus Heights. Or actually, whoever actually produced this game, but it is written by the, I don't know. It's based on? Yeah, that's the word. It's based off of him, so yeah, that still comes. And today we will go to OGRE'S death. Oh man, I did these incorrectly read it. Anyway, let's go to OGRE'S death and see what they have in store for me. We're hungry, we're starving, and I hope we're actually not losing. Oh, that's the main quest. There we go. Health. We're not gaining any injuries. That should be well. There's nothing here stopping us.
You've been traveling through the desert for days. The sand is simply everywhere.
I can imagine.
In your
that.
shoes, under your clothes, in your mouths. Even the makeshift cloths that you've wrapped around your heads is of little help.
Heroes, okay. But we made it. We arrived at OGRE'S death and the kingdom
With the last of the energy you can muster, you finally leave the 40-mile-wide sandbar that separated you from OGRE'S death. It is as if you've passed through an invisible wall when the raging wind and sand suddenly fall silent. In front of you, an enormous massive towers into the sky, the Blue Range.
Oh.
The slopes cast long shadows over OGRE'S Death Fortress, which nestles in the spurs of the mountain. Even from this distance it looks impressive, with its 4 defensive terraces, one above the other. The anticipation of entering a real dwarven city for the first time grows with every step, and you feel the power returning to your limbs. You've almost done it.
I'd love to see just one big picture of it, just to see how massive OGRE'S death actually is. Oops, again. That would be so epic and so nice. But I mean, you do what you do, right? And just imagine a large blue mountain covering from sunshine on the one side. It's complete desert, and you just go there. Must be actually really weird coming from a desert straight to the mountain, which is covered in ice, most likely. Oh, that's so awesome. Rakas status.
My High King, you have called me to succeed you to the throne. Here I stand before you.
He has a lot of beard.
Well, before you are chosen as the successor to the High King, hear, King Gandagar, the challenges that await you. Hordes of orcs are rampaging through the north and the west, and the perished land is stirring. It would seem that the Magi cannot sustain the barriers.
This gives us an excellent opportunity to attack the last elves in Alandor. They are weakened. The perished land afflicts them. Let us wipe out the traitors once and for all.
Yes, right. Exactly.
He's from the fourth
Madness. What are you talking about?
I do not recognize you, King Gandagar, in what you are saying. The elves are inhabitants of Girdlegard. Has your hatred for them clouded your senses to the point that you wish to ignore the words of our god?
Belendelin's gaze falls, as if incidentally, on the King of the Fourthlings' advisor.
Or is someone giving you bad advice?
On the contrary, it was Bislipper who finally supplied me with the proof. A report titled How the Fiflings Lost the Gate. It was the elves that poisoned the brave Fifling warriors in their stronghold. A devious disease spread by the pointy ears in the shafts of the Grey Range.
Impossible!
I always knew it was treason!
I don't believe that.
Pay for it!
The pointy ears!
Enough! Don't be so short-sighted! We are talking about the safety of Girdlegard.
We must reach out and forge a large coalition with the elves. Yes, and even with the Thirdlings, if we are to defeat the perished land.
My High King! You cannot be serious!
Drivel from a dwarf who has grown too old in his post. Are we not here to choose a new High King? We have waited long enough.
I love his eyebrows.
It would seem you will have to wait a little bit longer. The second aspirant has arrived.
What? What?
Our guests
Second
must be
aspiring.
tired from their long journey. The meeting is adjourned till tomorrow.
Yeah, so tung to is a second aspirant to the throne of the High King of the Dwarves, protector of Gilgalad. And then you have Gandagar, which is the current king of the Fourthlings, I presume. So yeah, that's that. Story? Oh, this is so epic, so big, so nice. It's how you just imagine the dwarves.
But why do you think that I...
Everything will become clear. I've had a
This
room
Nepal.
prepared for you. Before you take to your bed, please pay the High King and I a visit in the throne room.
Yeah, just leave me standing there. Okay, enter the throne room. No injuries, no injuries, no injuries. Okay, we got heal back up. Let's explore a little bit. Wait, there we go. Oh. Talk to the twins, what do you guys have to
Your
say?
Highness.
Oh, your highness. High King Gundrabor seems unwell. Yeah, Gundrabor is the current High King and King of the Secondlings, and Gandogar is the current King of the Fourthlings. And then you have Bislapur, which was the advisor who just talked to me, and then I already forgot the advisor's name of Gandogar, who seems like a bit snaky, and accused Gundrabor of being just old and not very well anymore. Anyway, so let's see
Heir
what's going on here.
What do you know? Spit it out.
A slight expression of guilt flits briefly across Boindill's face, but he's soon back to his old self.
A scholar as High King has something to it. You'll certainly have our votes, that's for sure.
Boindall nods in agreement.
As High King, you could unite the kingdoms and get them to do battle against Nod-On.
You look at your friends and aren't really sure whether they are trying to pull your leg or not.
I can't be High King. I got all my knowledge from books, and you're pulling my leg, right?
The twins' grins grow ever wider, and it would seem they can hardly contain themselves.
Just talk to High King Gundrabur and Belendalin. They will explain everything.
Yeah, we will talk to them in a moment. Let's see what Gundrabor is actually...
High King Gundrabur seems... well...
Old? He is ancient. Even by Dwarvish standards. He has been old for as long as I can remember.
Belendalin has
And they're
taken
like
care of
200 years
most
old.
matters for dozens of cycles. But Gundrabur always has the final word.
cycles.
His mind is younger than all of ours, I tell ya.
Belendalin should become High King. I was there when a runt took his arm. He still managed to kill half a dozen of them afterwards. What fighting spirit! We had to drag him off the battlefield.
The law requires that a firstling or a fourthling must be chosen as the new king of all dwarves. And
As the firstlings didn't turn up.
I thought it was the they jumped the thirdlings, but oh well, because I thought it was cyclical. Like first you have the firstlings, secondlings, thirdlings, fourthlings, fifthlings. Thirdlings are taken completely out because they are actually dwarf killers. So I'm a bit confused why they actually said the firstlings would be. Might be anti-cyclic. Anyway, so yeah.
For the first time, you have the chance to appreciate the beauty of the place. You suddenly forget what you wanted to say.
I've never seen such masterful masonry. To be honest, I didn't even know that stone could be worked in such a way.
Yeah, this is all stone.
The secondlings are the best masons of all the kingdoms. That's how Fracas made us. Well, he made some of us into warriors too.
Boandal glances at his brother, and he laughs with satisfaction while looking around the hall himself.
I think I'll continue to look around.
Yeah,
Don't get lost.
Do.
And tonight, we will finally drink a lovely dark ale in the glowing anvil.
Boindle couldn't do anything with the standard of a dwarf, but the standard which he does by being just a secondling is so much higher than anything that a human could do. So at least that's their thing. And he knows
see
stone.
the bottom. When the secondlings named the Blue Range
So
their home,
epic.
there was nothing here but hard rock and a few small caves. Fantastic.
That is amazing. But also you never see how everything turns out, man. Oh, can I just theoretically walk down? Theoretically, but you can't. That's cute. What do you have to say? You want to ask me pass? Okay. Just stand there. Stone statues. Sorry. There we go. The camera's a bit weird, so I have to get used to it, so I can't go that way. That's what the twins had to say on the parent error of somebody, which we'll figure out in a moment. Hopefully.
Tondil, come closer.
The power
like
that
his
the old
avatar.
High King radiated when he called the assembly to order has drained away from him. His body is sunken in the throne, but his eyes are alert and interested as he looks at you.
The lost son returns to his people. Thank Vracus. Tell us what you learned on your journey.
You describe your adventure down to the smallest detail. Neither the king nor his advisor interrupts you. From time to time they nod, as though they were already aware of certain facts. Their brows become more furrowed with every passing minute. When you're finished with your story, you also have some questions.
I think it's apparent that that I'm a piece of the game. A dwarf just happens to come into the right time and being the heir of a supposed king. So, yeah.
Game is being played here.
Gandagar, as king of the Fourthlings, is to supersede me as High King, but his mind is poisoned with hatred towards the elves. He would probably win a war against them, but he would weaken us, and Girdlegard would not be helped by this. I was hoping for a great coalition with the elves, and even with the Thirdlings. I would have given anything to start the negotiations. In times of great need, only the common goal can count.
And which role have you planned for me?
Well, with you as a second aspirant, certain possibilities of protocol open up to us.
Let's figure out Gandagar's background because of his hatred towards the elves. It's pretty interesting.
Why is Gandagar so full of hatred towards the elves?
His father and brother were murdered by elves. At least that's what's claimed.
No one knows the truth, just as no one knows how true this report about the Fiflings is. But isn't it strange that this letter has turned up now, just when it can play into the hands of the elf-haters? Many dwarves' hatred towards the elves is great, perhaps even greater than their honesty.
Honesty? I'm a bit confused.
I don't want to appear ungrateful, and I'm happy to finally be among my people, but I will not ascend the throne. I hardly know anything about our customs and laws. Everything that I know, I have learned from books that Lot Yonan gave me. There must be more suitable heirs than me.
Your renouncement honors you, but to be honest, you never had a claim. To stop Gandagar, we had to stall for time.
Lot Yonan helped us with our little story. We don't even know if you are a fourth thing.
The king's advisor misinterprets your unbelieving gaze and quickly adds,
We're only being as deceitful as goblins for one solitary reason: to stave off possible harm to our people.
You feel as though you've been hit in the stomach. If this is true, not only have you lost your newly found kingdom, but Master Lot Yonan also didn't see it as necessary to inaugurate you in the conspiracy.
Yeah, that's a bit annoying. I'm part of a conspiracy to stop Gandagar from killing all the elves because his hatred is so full of something. Because it seems that Bislipur, I think that's the name of the advisor of Gandagar. So yeah. So let's figure out how we will stop Gandagar or get Gandagar to change his mind.
The plan has a flaw. Even if I were to light up, couldn't win. No one on the council will vote for me.
You don't have to win.
Belendalin points to the Steelies in the throne room.
It's written in our laws that the High King can oppose an heir if he isn't elected unanimously. He can then demand a duel or a contest in order to determine the winner.
Such a contest could take weeks, if not months, and it would win us some time.
So, let's see, imaginable High King, what exactly will the contest consist of? Ensure that is best for our people. Now let's see what
kind of contest would you have us compete in? Gandagar is surely superior to me in many things.
Everyone in the council will write a task on a piece of paper, and from them, the contest will be drawn.
And this only once you have made a speech, and have won over as many as possible in the council to your side. The more sympathetic the council is towards you, the higher the chances of a contest that fits your abilities.
Speech? You're beginning to like this whole thing less and less.
I'm just a scholar who can't speak. Anyway, so let's see what's behind Gandagar.
I understand why you want to prevent a High King Gandagar. You will be blind to our real problems.
Gandagar's only liability is that he lets Bislipur whisper dark thoughts in his ear. The advisor is the problem, not the king.
A problem that I am fortunate enough not to have.
The High King smiles weakly at his advisor.
Gandagar is a good dwarf and a good king, and I am certain he could also be a good High King if he was free of Bislipur's lies and false advice.
This would be a really cool that you'd have a changing perspective to zooming into the people who are talking, but I'm pretty sure they're actually not even animating their mouths, so that's why they're probably a bit farther away. Because this seems a bit offstandish, and it's more in a type of game that you'd pen and paper style, so you only have you have to imagine everything. So yeah, but it's still cool to see the whole Dwarves saga actually come to life. So that's cool.
Is this really the best for our people? If you cannot dissuade Gandagar from carrying out his plans, it could end in a fraternal war.
Don't worry.
Fraternal?
We'll open up his eyes and he will recognize the malice of his feigned friend. We just need time, and you must gain it for us.
I have to check what fraternal means. I hate fraternal. Fraternal. Of or relating to a fraternity or society usually meant brotherhood. Oh, so it's basically a civil war. Okay. I'm
Right
in.
then.
I'm so in.
I'm ready to do it. But I will need all of your support.
You can be certain of it, Tungdil.
Belendalin smiles at you encouragingly.
You say Andakai may have found a way to defeat Nodon, and she suspects that the Magus is possessed by a demon from the outer lands. It may be possible to kill this demon with an axe called Keenfire.
Keenfire?
I have
Seriously?
commissioned armor that is worthy of a prince. It will be delivered to your chamber by sunrise.
You say goodbye with a queasy feeling in your stomach. You always thought that you were articulate, but the prospect of having to make a speech in front of the large council doesn't exactly fill you with elation.
Yay, 50-50, seriously. Oh, please let me see the Vraka statue.
Vrakas, who made the dwarves of
Oh, come
stone,
on, seriously?
has himself been hewn from stone by these self-same dwarves. A masterly piece of work, like one of which only the masons of the Secondlings can still accomplish today.
So I think these gods are basically titans, more or less, like from the Greek goddess, Greek.
The coal fire is lit when the kingdoms meet for council. It has lain dormant much too long, until it was finally lit again a few days ago.
Yeah, they haven't done a lot of meetings because of the problems with the thirdlings being completely wiped out, and the firstlings haven't been done anything. No, wait, sorry, the fifthlings have been wiped out. The thirdlings are still around. Those are the dwarven guilds, and the fourthlings are so far away. And with everything, they just, I don't know, they just didn't come together for about 200 years. So since the fifthlings died, actually, and they're just now coming back together because this king is dying, and therefore they need a new high king, which then automatically goes to Gandagar, because the firstlings aren't around. So just a little backstory. So the first, or not really backstory, just a bit lore altogether, so you might understand everything a bit more. So the firstlings are the dwarves of steel, iron, metal, basically. Come on, there. And then you have the secondlings, which, as you see, this is all made out of stone. These are they're the dwarves of the stone. Then you have the thirdlings, which are blessed with basically nothing, but they self-taught themselves war. Then you have the fourthlings, which are jewels, which you don't really see on Gandagat. Oh, well, actually you did. You did see that very well. His armor was spangled full of jewelry, and then you have the fifthlings who are really good at blending different kind of metals all together. So basically making alloy. So those are the 5 kingdoms of the dwarves. Anyway, let's see if the
Tungdil, what is it?
Okay. Yeah,
My
let's talk to
king
them.
and his
What do they
advisor
have to
don't know
say
where I
anything
come from
about it?
either. But they only want to use me to delay Gandagar's coronation and ultimately prevent war with the elves.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, we will stand by your side, Scholar.
Scholar.
You're not sure whether the moral support of your friends will be much use in a contest with Gandagar, but it feels good not having to go through the whole thing on your own.
I think I'll continue to look around.
Don't get lost. And tonight, we will finally drink a lovely dark ale in the glowing anvil.
The glowing anvil. Oh, that's so dwarf-like. But all of the dwarves are really good at smithing, masonry, gemology, and alloying. Just each dwarf-ish city, state, thingy are specialized on something. As he said, they made the secondlings the masons, but at the same time they said, well, he also made him a few warriors, but they're all really good at smithing, just like I am, even though I'm not a firstling. But compared to humans, it's really good. Compared to other dwarves, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. So that's a bit big background of this, and what we'll see later on. I mean, Gandagar does hate the elves because supposedly his father and brother were killed by elves. At the same time,
Andakai, what is it?
I came to return these books to you, Tungdil. Luckily, I was able to make sense of most of it.
You observed how the Mager took time to study the books during your escape.
They are records from the Outer Lands. They tell of
they did
demonic
actually
beings
animate
from
it a little
barren
bit.
ground who can take possession of humans and invest them with great power.
Immortality, for example?
The Mager nods seriously.
They speak of an axe forged by the Undergrounders called Keenfire. It is said to have the power to cut through the flesh and bone of the living and completely destroy the demonic spirit deep within their soul.
yes, keen fire. I have to look up the German word again for it, but I don't know. Keen fire is just like basically the direct translation, and sometimes direct translations don't really make sense for or they lose the epicness of the words, because the words in German are epic, and then you have keen fire, and then you're just like, okay, it's a cute word, but it's like the fiery blade of Jamara or something like that would be amazing in English, but it's not. It's just keen fire. Keen. It's a keen fire. It's a cute little fire thingy. Well, anyway, so do you believe that a daemon has possession of Nudin, or do you know anything about the Outer Lands and these undergroundings? Just for your information? Nah. Let's see what she has to say about the underground.
I have never heard of the Undergrounders, but I've been to the Outer Lands before.
It must be terrible. The hordes of Tion have marched from there against our strongholds for thousands of years.
It's not as bad as you think. It is certainly safer than a land in which a magus possessed by a demon is on the loose.
That's why she's also leaving for it. We will not. You won't see a lot of the what goes on in the Outer Lands in this storyline, because this, as far as I know, is only the first book, and they did not do second, third, fourth, and fifth game of this. But so later on in the games, you do go into Outer Lands to and see how epic it is, and at the same time, it is very dangerous because the hordes of Tion are out there, but at the same time, the people from the Outer Land who protect themselves are so much more epic than the humans and the dwarves in here. So that's really cool.
So you think a demon from the Outer Lands has taken possession of Nudin?
He looked very different when I encountered him in Parista, and he rose from the dead even though you cut off his head. That can't be explained purely through the power of the perished land.
And he wanted to prevent these books from falling into our hands. That would only make sense if Keenfire had the power to defeat him. Where is this Keenfire?
I don't know if this weapon was ever forged. It requires rare materials and masterful craftsmanship. The purest, hardest steel, stone barbs decorated with runes, a hilt of Sigurdaisy wood, inlays made of all the noble metals, the blades studded with diamonds, smithed in the hottest forge.
We are dwarves. We have the most talented craftsmen.
And you have the Sigurdaisy wood. It is amongst the objects in your rucksack, which is fortunate as there are no more Sigurdaisies in Girdlegard. But even if you manage to forge the axe, it might all be just a fairy tale. It's too little to wager our lives on.
It's the only thing we have.
We can get all the missing materials, as well as a gem cutter, here in the stronghold. After all, Gandagar and his fourthlings are here. A stonemason from the secondlings, and I can smith.
The Mager looks at you thoughtfully, and for a short time it seems as though your enthusiasm is rubbing off on her. But then she says,
I wish you good luck, Tungdil.
You still want to leave Girdlegard, but what will happen to your realm and all the other realms?
I admire your optimism, my friend, but it isn't wise to stand in the way of a rolling stone. I don't wish to give up my realm, but I would only be prolonging the suffering unnecessarily.
But
you don't want to let the last Mager in Girdlegard go. Unfortunately, you can't think of anything that could cause her to stay.
Many thanks, Honourable Mager, for all that you have done.
At least she's translated everything important for us. I mean, I think she is. Aww, Jeroen. I miss Jeroen already. Yeah. So I already forgot what I wanted to say. Well, anyway, here. Wait, and do we get something to eat?
A variety of cheeses, pickled cave mushrooms, toasted vault moss, and some smoked sausage. Mmm.
The intense smell of the cheese makes your mouth begin to water.
I had some yummy cheese the last few days. That was just amazing. But it smelled horrible. It smelled so horrible. I don't understand cheese because it smells sometimes just stops you from eating it. But it tastes amazing. So that's a bit annoying. Let's check out the rucksack. Anything interesting in here? Oh, and the Sigurdacian that was actually
very rare.
Or
I guess Lot Yonan wanted it to examine or experiment with.
They use different words for it because as far as I know, the word they used in German is the same word as the Acadia, something like that. But anyway, it's some real or supposed to be really hard wood. So yeah. Anyway, we are gonna make Keenfire and see our armor tomorrow.
You are looking forward to the first proper bed for weeks.
Bedtime and pelt of whatever. Well, let's. I can't twist it. Could go outside, but there's books.
Goren found an answer to the threat. Keenfire. No matter how difficult it is to forge it, we must do it. We don't know of anything else that could injure a demon.
Okay, let's go to bed.
You are looking forward to the first proper bed.
Yes,
You
lie down,
undress and lie down. Before you know it, you're...
Yeah. I fall asleep.
When your new armor is brought to you the next morning, you can hardly believe your eyes. However, as a smith, you can't stand the fact that you haven't contributed anything to it, and decide to add some inlays.
Even one who wears the armour of a prince can still be a farrier underneath it, don't you think, Tungdil Bolafar?
This is Bizlipor. Oh. Oh yes, I really don't like Bizlipor, so...
Just like a snake in elegant clothing is still a snake.
Ignoring your question, Bislipur eyes you very exactly before he speaks.
So, you want to be one of our kingdom? A foundling brought up by a wizard? One wouldn't think it possible. And I don't think it possible either. There is no proof of your origin, and Gandagar's the council on his side. Why don't you spare yourself the disgrace and just not turn up in front of the council? Put your scheme to bed, and we will take you into our kingdom. We will give you everything you need your whole life long. In exchange, you support Gandagard instead of challenging him.
Proof?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like your letter that has been found after 1,000 cycles and makes the elves responsible for the fall of the fiflings?
It is no secret that the elves are deceitful. And what could possibly be more suited to get one over on us than letting the perished land in and presenting us as the scapegoat?
The elves have been displaced by the perished land and are now almost eradicated.
I said they are deceitful, not wise.
Yeah. Elves and dwarves are elves are actually more mortal in this game, or in this world, unless they're actually killed, so they can't actually die of old age or of sickness or anything else. I don't think they can even get sick, so they're basically they are immortal. Dwarves are also basically well, they just get really old, like in Gandagas or Gundrabos. Gundrabar? I think it's Gundrabar. Gundragar or something like that. So the High King, he's like 800 cycles old. Cycles equals years, and so everybody is really old. But at the same time, the elves are really intelligent. They love semi-science, but more are the artsy people. And yeah, you definitely think they'd be intelligent enough to not let in the perished lands, even because they or their goddess is the god of purity and everything, and they actually are supposed to be very honest and everything else. Anyway, okay, let's see if he threatens us.
And what if I don't withdraw my candidacy?
You wish to stand against your own king? A stray dwarf offending a deserving leader such as Gandagar through his claim? No one in the Brown Range will like that. Prepare yourself for life as an outsider among the Fourthlings.
If I'm even a fourthling. Okay.
Children of the Smith cannot be silenced.
You are a dwarf, I confess, but no Fourthling can remember a dwarf child ever going missing.
And you know thousands of the Fourthlings personally, and know exactly where they live in the mountains, what they're planning, or what small tragedies take place in their lives?
You have a sense that all the long evenings in the library and debating with Lot Yonan weren't for nothing, as Bislipper struggles for a reply, then lets it go. You have had enough of this dwarf. He makes you feel uneasy, or worse still.
Yeah.
Get out!
A humanized bastard will not issue me orders. Know your place.
What?
False dwarf.
Okay, I'm a bit confused. Because this shouldn't have happened like that. Okay, they changed that from the story. Anyway, that's pretty cool. I'll just still leave the story why I'm confused to a later time. But let's check out the
Some
bowl
of the gold has left a coin-sized mark on the back of your hand. It hurts, but you like the idea that a bit of the metal you love is now part of you. The armor has been made by a master. Over the chainmail is steel plate, alloyed with gold in many places, which certainly appeals to you. There are also several decorative elements made of stone to honor its origin in the kingdom of the best stonemasons. You had just finished setting the last inlay, the seal of Lot Yonan, who brought you up and is gone, when Bislipper interrupted you.
Oh, at least I got done. Anything else I still can look at? Whee! Nah, just go, right? Where it is.
Not only is it worthy of a king and fits me like a glove, but it should also offer me additional protection in battle.
Yes, it should. Ooh. Ah, this is a nice one. I love it. It's really cool. Nice cape. Let's go. Doop-de-doo. So let's see how we can do get our quests. It's really sad that this game never was probably out.
That is why I, too, lodge a claim to the throne and why I think I am the more capable heir.
Thank you for your speech, Tungdil Bolafar. The council may now ask questions.
No questions? Oh, okay, cool. I don't want to talk to Bislipper, so...
Yes, the dwarf from the Secondling Kingdom over there.
You say that a war against the elves would be madness. But how can such a young dwarf as you judge that? You've hardly seen anything of the world, has he?
I'm only 60 cycles old, so yeah, I'm pretty dude. Yeah. So the Elfar are the hated brothers of the elves, so that would really make sense why we would attack them to help out the Elfar, because the Elfar already tried to eradicate the elves, so that's that. So duty to protect Grindelwald, that would be a testing to Vrakas. We should lose a war. No, we probably wouldn't, because the elves are basically not there anymore, and we would just burn down the forests, and so they couldn't attack us from behind, because elves are still very sneaky, even though they don't try to be.
If we get drawn into a conflict against the elves, then we are no better than the Alfar who have fought with the elves for thousands of cycles.
He's right.
Well, of course we're better than the Alfar.
Outrageous.
I really don't want to talk to Bislipper. Let's call the four things,
your
but
question?
we have...
Just so I get this right, you want to forge
Yeah,
a
you see
weapon
the
that is
gems in
described
their,
in a book of fairy
beard.
tales from the perished land to kill a demon that none of us has ever seen?
I have most definitely seen it. Goimgar, yellow belly, shimmerbeard.
Okay. Well, won't the bar translated text thinks they might be able to kill the demon, which he didn't actually say, but hey, whatever. I cannot prove that this is a solution, but it's the only option. No, we don't want to be honest about that. We actually want to inspire that the Mega actually said, yes, this is the only way, even though she just left, so that doesn't help our point. And this, not really, because the dwarves always have been the protector of the outside threat, not the inside threat, because we actually let all the humans just eradicate themselves. So
the Mega Andikai the Tempestuous translated the text, and she thinks we could kill the demon with keen fire.
So now we're going to listen to Magi? Are we to risk our lives in the hope that she translated this text correctly and isn't just following her own agenda? I thought it was the Magi's fault that we're in this mess in the first place.
I don't know if you can say that, per se.
Didn't this tongue girl grow up with a Magus too?
Right, you can't trust the Magi.
It is their fault that the barrier fell. I don't trust them.
Oh, it wasn't their fault, it was the fault of Nadan, because he killed them all by sucking up all their power and then just killing them.
Nothing you say will convince anyone here. You didn't grow up amongst us, and no one knows if you really are a fourthling. I do not believe there has ever been a more unworthy heir to the throne of the High King. You are just wasting our time.
I like the
It's
second
true.
point.
I have nothing to present to you regarding my lineage that would eliminate all doubt. But is that really important? Shouldn't my deeds count for more than my lineage? Let me prove what I can achieve.
As long as he's capable.
Well, when you put it that way.
Lineage is important.
And if you aren't capable of anything?
I have heard enough. The council has heard the words of both candidates and must now make its decision. Those of you who wish to see Tungdil Bolafar, the returning son from the Fourthling Kingdom, as my successor, raise your axe.
Do we see that? I don't see any
and
axes
those who
there.
wish to see Gandagar Silverbeard from the Silverbeards, the king of the Fourthlings, as my successor.
They're just putting up their hands. Come on, I want to see those axes rise.
Gandagar has received more votes.
Very good.
Excellent.
Here's to Gandagar!
Long live our new High King!
However, the result was not unanimous, and as acting High King, I avail myself of my right to demand a contest between the aspirants.
Yes. There you see all the
What is
gems.
this?
All of those.
But he won
guys.
the ballot.
It's the rules. The High King has the right to do so.
Respect! He is still the High King.
Silence!
You have heard the
love
High
that
King's
hammer.
command. Write down your challenge for the aspirants. Are you ready? The one that masters this task first will become the High King. It is an expedition. The trial is to lead a group to forge the axe Keenfire in the Grey Range, which can then be used to fight against the Magus Nodon.
An expedition into the perished land?
Ha ha! Brilliant!
You can't be serious.
Oopsie.
That's what I call a worthy challenge, don't you think?
I call it luck, Scholar. Of all the challenges, Bislipur draws this one.
Yes. Luck.
Yeah. Okay. So they shortened the challenge part because you can't put it in the game. That would have probably not been very nice and interesting. So in the origin, in the book, you had actually 3 challenges. One was smithing something. One was doing something with gemstones. The one Gandaga.
My king, don't demand this of me.
Left.
Why me, of all people?
You are one of my best gem cutters, and I promise to support him. It should be a fair contest. Or should I break my word just because of you?
But...
You will go, Goimgar Shimmerbeard.
Goimgar.
Do not put us to shame. Follow Tungdil's instructions. Go! And come back in good health.
And with that, our group is complete.
Who have you chosen as Mason?
Good day, gentlemen.
Bavragar? The old drunkard?
Yes.
Old drunkard? He assured me he's the best stonemason here. The High King himself sent him.
Well, I said I was precisely the stonemason you need. I didn't exactly say I was sent by the High King.
You let yourself be tricked by a drunkard.
I don't want him with us.
Rest assured, Boindil, I too could imagine better company. But Tungdil gave me his word.
Yes, I gave you my word. And as long as you are capable of doing the stonework needed for Keenfire, you are welcome. Girdlegard is at stake here.
I wish you no ill fortune, Tungdil, but also no good fortune. The throne belongs to me, and through my victory, Vracus will show the clans.
Hey, Balibapur, the one-armed dwarf.
The task is clear to the contenders? The first to forge Keenfire and bring it back here has proven his abilities and will be our new High King to lead us in battle against Nod-On.
It will take months to complete the task. The journey to the Fiflings alone is a long and dangerous business.
Dangerous, yes, but not necessarily long. Do you know the old tunnel system that connects the Dwarven kingdoms?
Tunnels are all well and good, but why should we get there so much quicker under the ground than over it?
A knowing smile plays on the mouth of the advisor.
Well...
It's time for some roller coaster. Do 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 do. Yeah, so the dwarves many years ago built a humongous tunnel system underneath Girdlegard to commune more quickly. But yeah, there we go. Woo! Nice roller coaster. Yeah, that's the window. Oh yeah, there's ours.
Pretty impressive what our forefathers achieved here, isn't it?
The kingdoms all work together.
Thing between
if we do the same, nothing is impossible.
And
here, here.
The drunkard. Here.
I still don't understand why you tricked me and why you were so set on coming with us.
I have been the master of stone for more than 200 sun cycles. My work is admired all over Girdlegard. There has never been a better secondling mason than me. But today, I don't want to be remembered as a drunkard with the chisel trembling in my hand, but as Bavragor Amethyst, undefeated master of stone who brought Keenfire to life. One last masterpiece.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, what's...
I hope you understand me asking, but there seems to be bad blood between you and Boindil.
It's nothing that will endanger our mission. We've just always hated each other.
Yeah,
There's more behind it than commonplace hatred.
Bavragor doesn't react. His gaze is directed towards events that took place a long time ago.
Well,
You really should rein in your drinking. We need you in good shape.
There are some who say I'm only the master of beer and not the master of stone anymore. But don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I can't forget, no matter how much I drink. I wonder why we haven't seen any sign of Gandagar recently. Perhaps they took a wrong turn somewhere. I'm sure we'll reach the Fifthling Kingdom before them.
except we're not going to the Fifthlings.
We're not on the way to the Fifthlings.
No.
We are
Yeah.
on the way to the Firstlings. We're probably already under the land of the Custodian.
The Firstlings? Why?
The Firstlings have been the best smiths in Girdlegard since the Fifthlings were wiped out. Only they can alloy Tionium and Palladium, which are actually mutually repellent. Anyway, we could use all the help we can get in the battle against Nodon, and...
And what? Oh, we got 96. Oh no! Oh, ow! That must have hurt. Teeny toes. I don't know actually what that's called in English. Oh, there goes that. Oh god, out though.
Damn. Goimgar.
It burns!
We won't get further this way, Scholar. What now?
It's all your fault, you imposter. I was nearly killed, and for what?
It is good that you are still alive. We need you for our mission.
Oh,
So you can
very...
steal a throne that doesn't belong to you?
Hatred glints in the gem-cutter's eyes, and for a moment, you think he's going to attack you with the courage of desperation.
Well, we don't want to punish him. That would be annoying. Rude, but we also, well, yes, Rude probably should go the saving route. You should control your poison tongue better. Are you under my command? Nah, I want to reason with
I'm
them.
not interested in the title of High King. I am trying to save Girdlegard. Even if you don't believe anything else, you must believe this.
I don't have to believe anything. I am here against my will. My own thoughts are my only remaining right.
Enough! Gather up all the materials we can still save. If we manage to reach the Firstlings, we can get anything we're missing there. And it should be less than 200 miles to their stronghold.
Yeah. So, yeah. Got a bit bumped up. But now we have to go by land.
After you have gathered together the materials, you begin to search for a way out. And after a sweaty climb, you reach a door adorned with runes. From here, you enter a large cave with a waterfall covering a sun-drenched opening. You walk through the waterfall one after another, and after the unintentional shower, you find yourselves in Wayan, near the enchanted realm of Oromira. You find yourselves on a plateau, and the river which falls as a waterfall here hides the entrance to the underground rail network. It then flows past a forest, behind which you can see a wall and tiled roofs. You check the map.
That must be Mithridalia. We'll go through the forest to the city and see if we can refresh our supplies and buy some ponies.
More experience. So Goimgar is a higher level than Bavaria. Okay, that's weird. Anyway, I'm not going to use him in the battles because I really don't like him. What do you do actually? There we go. We got for skills here. Disagreeable, passive. Nobody likes Goimgar. He automatically attracts enemies. Oh man, that poor dude. Goingar throws a handful of glass stones and can thereby lure attackers to any location he desires. Goingar rams his shield into the enemy face. The enemy is knocked down. Crawls under his shield for a short amount of time and receives a minimum of damage. Yeah, he's just, I don't know, he's just weird. He has a cleave, a mighty blow, and yeah. Undo him, redo him. We have a lot of provisions. We actually got a little bit of extra gold. Seems like the relationships went down again. Anyway. Oh yeah, Bav. He needs something. What is this? Grants 1 extra action point. Yeah, why not? Okay, so let's confirm, continue, and so yeah, this is Mifrodania, the capital of Weyern as far as I know, and then we are off to over there. There's another quest up there, and we could go all over the place. Let's see where we are going for now, though.
Boindale strikes up song during your hike. A short while later, Bavrigor joins in. But rather than actually singing along, he tries to outdo Boindale with his own songs. When he finally strikes up a love song, Boindale becomes absolutely livid. You take the stonemason to one side and ask him if he's doing it on purpose.
Of course I'm doing it on purpose. I'm gonna make him suffer the whole journey.
Can't go on like this. We can't fight amongst ourselves and save Girdlegard.
You take a short break before you dare breach the roots of the problem.
It's to do with a woman, right?
Not in the way you might think. Smeralda was my sister. A young thing of only 40 cycles.
Bavrigor takes a large swig of his liquor before he continues.
She was almost as belligerent as Boindale, and she got it into her blockhead to stand by him in battle. A bad decision.
You can see the pain he is suffering in his eyes. You place a hand on his shoulder and put him under no pressure to carry on.
Well, it has to do with his name, Irngam, so yeah.
The constant bickering between Boindale and Bavrigor distracts you. Goimgar hears the clanking of armor first.
Something's coming!
Before you know it, the orcs are charging towards you over a hillside.
Oh, can we just murder them all? Let's see. Beep 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 bop. Already here though. Water brushing and birds twerping in the background, even though they're probably would be all out there with the smell of orcs, ogres, orcs. There we go. Okay, already said those are all fine. The equipment is fine too. They're all without any injuries. Let's see how long we can hold that up. Bring all the heroes to the other end of the level. Oh, so we just have to reach the other end.
On my way.
Huh? Of course!
And what now? Of course!
Yeah? Huh?
On my way!
As good as done!
Yeah, why not?
I'm with you!
At once.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna wait for them. Nope. Boindale.
Understood.
Get over there.
What is it?
Boindale. Get up
On
there
my
too.
way!
Okay, let's see what we got. He only has a shield rush currently. Buffer guy can certainly do that. He can do his furry. No, actually do his. Do that. Okay.
Yes.
And then let's cleave him. Oh wait. Okay, I just completely on that. Oh, good. Boom. Okay. Let's stop that real quick. I'm confused why my cleave is gone, so I'll just gonna hold like bashing around. And then take him and smack him up, and then also
Hold your horses, all right?
okay.
What is it?
Use that. No, don't need to use that. Use this. And use that. Okay, cool. I might have to. Okay, stop.
And what now?
Okay, he can jump. He can cleave him out of the way. He can bash through through them. Is there any door? No. Okay, great. So let's. They all. Okay. Yes. Sorry. Okay, great. Let's do this. Let's just dash through. Boom. You are just gonna get run. You are gonna jump to the other end, just as you're gonna jump there too. Okay. Here. Stop. You need to cleave them out of here. Away. Boom. Run. Okay. Stop.
And what now?
He's in this crazy mode, and let's move them over there. There. You use your that.
What's up?
And then you. Where are you? Do this. No. Do that. Okay.
Another one bites the dust.
Okay, great. Buendo is just over everything. Buendo, let's get you over here and just charge through there that mess and get over here. Buendo, he's good again. So let's jump in there. Okay, go that way. Okay, let's just get everybody out.
On my way, huh? All right,
everybody out. Everybody out. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Okay, Baba Girl, kill those guys. Go in a rage mode and attack them.
Yes.
Ew. Relax.
Disgusting. And again.
Boom.
What's up? Kill.
Let's get up here. Come on. Okay, blood mo. Okay, no.
He hardly put up a fight. What is
so, what in the world are you doing back there?
Wild creature. And again. Kill. Oh, he didn't hit you very hard. And again.
Okay, let's kill that guy. Okay, next. Balagor. Boom.
And what now?
India. Jump in there. Let's get up there. Hit them. Come on, get in there. Boom. Move them out of the way. Okay, great.
Let's go. What is it? Yes, yes.
Yes, at once. Understood.
What is it?
As good as done.
Okay.
And what now?
No. Okay, it's not much here.
Oink, oink, little piggies! Disgusting. Another one bites the dust. Huh?
I'm a bit confused why he doesn't have that anymore, but okay. Boom.
Huh?
Oh, and yeah, that's okay. Let's die already. There we go. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Didn't lose anybody. Stayed together. Killed a few enemies. Hopefully got a few, quite a bit of experience. So now I'm actually being hunted by orcs. Which is a bit annoying, but at the same time...
That was refreshing! Hey, here comes some more! 3, 4, 5 or 6!
5 or 6? Oh, phew! He means 5 or 600.
Goimgar turns white as a sheet.
That's too many. To the city. Come on.
It's not too much for them. Okay, let's see if I can get new. Look here, Brendel. He has a mighty blow. Oh, I can reset it any time. The force of random actions and attacks is raised significantly for a short time. For this one. Okay. Oh, I found something. There. Ivory figurine. A finely carved ivory figurine. Very valuable. Yay! Can I? Previous. Navigate. Injuries don't reduce his health. He always starts a battle with 80% health. That's cool. 10 injuries. Passive. Wendell never loses more than 5% of his maximum health at a stroke. Oh, that's cool. Passive bonus. Ironheart can awaken due to damage. Wendell deals huge amounts of damage for a short period of time, but cannot be controlled anymore. Yeah, okay. And passive. If his health is below 30%, Tungo gains bonuses on armor and damage. That's cool. Let's go to Mifrodania and see what we can
You flee
find
towards
in
Mifrodania, with Goimgar out ahead. The orcs at his back seem to have mobilized unimagined powers in him, and he reaches the gate first, hammering manically against it. He says something and scurries through a small gateway that has been opened to him. Moments later, you also reach the gate.
Get in, quickly!
You push your way through the gate as the first orc arrows slam into the wood next to you.
Let's see what awaits us in Mifrodania and what little Goimga said to the gods. New music or background noise is already up. Oh, I can just summon my heroes?
The other dwarf said we should bolt the gate behind him, but we could use all the help we can get when the orcs come.
That treacherous sissy, where is he?
Boindal and I will look for him. Boindeal and Bavragor, help the city guards in any way you can.
You were certain the two of them wouldn't be much help in the search for Goimgar.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, let's look around and see what we got. Any signs?
The fabulous Rodario.
Oh, yeah.
Cometh, dear spectators,
Ooh.
cometh and see. Let the Theatre Curiosum, with its star actor, the fabulous Rodario, the mysterious Nomora, and the genius Magister Technicus Fergus, carry you off to another world. Now see and hear, dear spectators, the truth about Nudin the Knowledge Lusty, who disposed of the other Magi in a most horrifying way and plunged Girdlegard into disaster.
In the world?
Girdlegard, it will be mine.
Not young.
What is the Alphar doing, taking me? Testing Taurus again.
When you murdered Frala and the others.
To your horror, you realize that you can no longer talk. You feel a lump in your throat, and your eyes begin to burn, as images of the vaults and Cintharas appear in front of you.
I see that my first strike really hit you, Groundling. Oh, how they screamed. If only you had been there to help them.
Before you know it, you are overcome with hatred for those who destroyed your home and killed your loved ones.
By Fracas, I'm going to kill you.
You might try to. And I will take great pleasure in your attempt. Who shall I pick out next, hmm? Who amongst your traveling companions means the most to you?
You don't want to take part in the Alf's game, and keep your lips tightly sealed, while you consider your means of escape.
This way! Was that an elf?
If we're quick, we'll get that long ear yet.
Alarm! Alarm! The orcs are attacking!
Well,
we must defend the walls.
Let's check out the... yeah. Also weird that I can take Boinga.
At once.
Destroy all ladders. Orcs slip past your defense.
What is it?
Okay.
On my way.
Yes.
Huh? What is it? Of course.
Actually, I will...
Almost done. Yes? On my way. Of course. Let's go.
I'll just
And what
split
now?
them up.
What is it?
Here, Tungo. We'll run up there. Boindia.
As good as done. What is
And
it?
his brother will run over there.
Of course.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Yes.
Let's Go up.
Understood.
Yes?
Uh-huh.
And what now?
What's up?
Come on, man. I should have
why not?
used the two next to each other.
All right. On my way. Of course. Huh? Yes, yes. I'm with you. Of course.
What's up?
Okay. Boom.
Take it personal. What is it?
There we go.
Too easy.
Oh man, there are so many.
Yeah. Who's next?
Here. Boom. How about swipe them over? Woo!
I can't do that yet.
Yes.
Get that one. Done. Let's get over here. Let's. Okay.
Don't rush me.
Ah, don't rush me. That's cute. Anyway.
Who's next? I didn't hit you very hard.
The door. Okay, get down there.
Too easy.
Boom.
A bit too much for you, was I?
Boom. Get out of my way. Boom. That was that.
Very
Okay.
good. We're able to stop them.
Simple as. You wish it weren't so.
But it is clear to you now that
Oh.
the city can no longer be saved.
To the side gate. It's our only chance. Yes?
Oh man, this is annoying. Okay, push forward, it's probably gone.
And what now? Oink, little piggies! Don't take it personally. Yes? Who's next? A bit too much
Okay,
for you, was I? Huh?
Huh?
What is it?
In there, can't jump. Can't jump, please, enemy.
Pow! Another one bites the dust. And what now?
Anyway.
Huh?
Where's my last one?
Yes?
He's missing?
What's up?
Okay, it's up there. Yes, help the people, that was nice. Anyway, you have to get out of here.
It's locked. We have to open it somehow.
Perhaps we can be of service, gentlemen.
Step
Try
aside.
that.
Are you thieves?
Certainly not. We are artists. People with extraordinary talents. Say, friends, as you clearly mean to leave Mithridania too, would you have anything against us joining you?
Absolutely not.
The fabulous Rodaria.
Oh, an admirer of my skills? Who would have thought it? I am indeed the one and only fabulous Rodario. This worthy gentleman here is Fergus, the best Magister Technicus since human thought. And last but not least, the enchanting Namora, whose beauty makes the mayor's roses wither in envy. Perhaps we should discuss the rest when we are out of this mess.
Ah, yes.
We have a long and dangerous journey ahead of us. I don't think you really want to join us.
An epic and dangerous journey? That sounds like an adventure. And anyway, I have already seen that you know how to handle those weapons of yours. In these dangerous times, a big travel group offers the best protection, don't you think?
Yes.
I don't know.
The orcs are still surging through the gate and over the wall. You decide that this isn't the right time for discussions.
All right then, let's go.
Yes.
Let's get out of here. We'll be safe with the firstlings.
The firstlings. The splendor of their halls is said to be unrivaled. And I have heard they have fascinating contraptions, Fergus, that are almost reminiscent of magic.
It's open, let's go.
Yeah. So this gives you a major overview of everything, but if you want to really get into the detail of everything, I can only tell you to go out and get the books. The Dwarves is really awesome storyline. It gives you so much deeper insight, just like everything else too, into the world of the Dwarves. So that's that. Oh, even got more food, gold, and another ivory figurine. Cool. Anyway, we'll leave the story here. We just met Fergus, Rodario, and the beautiful enchanting Namora, and we'll see how this goes on. I see an orc horde up there that we need to extinguish. Yeah, so that's that. Thank you for watching, and guys, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell if you actually liked it, and yeah, and I will see you then in the next video. Until that time, bye bye.